Alright, wannabe guru here, back with another video. Last time we introduced the idea of perhaps learning to leverage AI to learn programming, but at the same time learn about machine learning, which is a subset of AI. And I thought it might help us to not think of AI as something so mysterious. So then we introduced the concept of a two-input perceptron. And then we finally, after some trial and error, settled on using a canvas in a browser page so we can visually learn about perceptrons. And you might be wondering, but I'm not learning how to program. And I say to that, are you not? You must loose yourself of the code, my people. No, I'm just kidding. We sort of are learning. First, you can always look at the code yourself. We already covered how to get AI to add as many comments in the code as you wish, to help you understand why and how, what it does. We covered that you can use multiple AI tools and have them check each other, like for valid code or comments. But the reality is we haven't yet encountered a complex enough problem or one requiring enough iterations to force us into the code much. Maybe that will change this video, we'll see. Now remember that we said that a perceptron can be trained without us really understanding what that means or why we need it. We will. Patience. Remember that training involves data. So here's one row of training data. That means given input A and input B, you should output this value. A different row of training data. Given this input and this input, you should output that value, etc. Right? So the perceptron takes the two input values from the training data, for instance, A1 and B1, produces an output, out1. Then it compares it to the expected output, out1. It adjusts, this is the key part, it adjusts internal weights accordingly. That's the training. Now, that's batch training, a bunch of data rows, essentially. We are going to be the trainers instead. We're going to be doing dynamic training. Okay, so time to program. We're going to feed what's below here to the AI tool. I want a two-input perceptron that from the start understands that red means one thing and blue means another. But the canvas starts off empty, except for a line. The line's already present. And the user begins to click randomly. The user will left click for one color and right click for another color. The user is creating the data on the fly. The line, the perceptron, should adjust accordingly. Okay, we posted the instructions. We got the code back. We put it in a file. I don't want to bore you with all the steps. We already know how to do that. We're going to run it in a browser. Okay, so our perceptron has control of this line. So, and it's the purpose is its only ability. The only ability that it has is to classify items into two groups because of the two inputs, right? So we're going to have one color and another color. So let me do a left click here. Okay, how about a right click over here? Okay, let's do a left click. What if I cross it over here? Ah, you see? Okay. And that makes sense, right? As long as my own clicks remained with the correct color on the correct side of the line, there was no need of any adjustments. So it adjusted because I had crossed that line. But now we got a problem here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're going to refine this. We're going to give more instructions. So we're going to give it the full file that we have, and then we're going to give it these instructions. So here we go. Here below is our current file code. We have to paste it in there. Give the full file back as is, absolutely minimal changes. Only add logging for every user input click. So the log should show the two inputs, the weights, the outputs, and also should include if the line has moved. The purpose is to run it, hand you the result for troubleshooting. We are finding that when the line changes, it ends up with wrong colors on the wrong side sometimes. Further clicking does not help. The line seems to move only when the user next clicks one wrong color on the wrong side. Further correct clicks on the correct side do not help. Okay, so this was our original code, and this is what it has given us back as a result of our new instructions. And we're going to do a side-by-side compare, and if you had been following along with previous videos, you know that I'm using MELD. So here we go. All right, previous state tracking. This is new. We'll just take it. He forgot the comment here. No big deal because we're not even looking at the code much, so whatever. This we need as code. So we're returning some sort of values object. This is a big one. And console, by the way, so console log, you'll see what it is, what it does. But that's what we wanted. And what else? Interesting. Yeah, that's not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of it, just enough for it to know where we're at. Copy that. And I'm going to say before, and then after. And we're going to grab this and paste it. And then here we're going to go, why did the this line go away? Why did the train line disappear? Okay, so we're going to paste all this to our trusty dusty AI, and let's see what it has to say. Good catch. See, there you go. It must not disappear. Now this is important. I hope you took away from this that this was a legit instance of programming with AI. Okay, that's why I did these videos. This is why vibe coding begins to fail. You could have tried to run the code with the missing piece. Let's say, for instance, you just took the code, right, and decided, we're not going to compare. It might or might not have caused a visible error. You might or might not have been the wiser, and that error would have remained in the code. Further, ignoring the issue by not doing a side-by-side compare would have introduced an error when we are already trying to figure out why the line does not behave like we want. So you would have made your progress or lack of it worse. Okay, we're going to stop right here and jump in where we left off in the next video. We're going to jump right in. I think this is good. I don't want to make them too long, right? So we caught an error. We have added debugging statements to the code. We have yet to see how we can use those. And that will be for next time.